There's a lot of takes on the new year and how it fits into our lives. There's the change everything starting January 1st take, the new year, same me take, the choose your word take, the pick your theme song take. There are SMART goals and stepping stone goals, personal goals and professional goals. Then, of course, there's the gentle twist that takes goals and turns them into habits and then stacks them, a la James Clear. But what about sneaker goals? Yep, today I'd like to offer you a little twist on the whole goal smorgasbord, an activity your students can do this week as you return to school that will help them think through what they want from next year in a serious way, but with a lighthearted frame. They'll create vision boards on sneakers, paper sneakers. Let's go. Welcome to the Spark Creativity Teacher Podcast, a podcast for English teachers looking for more creativity, more engagement, more joy, and no more scripted curriculum, lesson planning ruts, or boring book lists. I'm Betsy Potash, and I'm honored you're trusting me to help. You're not alone on this creative journey anymore. Okay, so before I get too deep into this activity and walking you through it step by step, I want to say that I've already designed it for you as a free resource. So you don't have to worry about kind of shaping this, setting it up for yourself. I'm just going to walk you through the curriculum that I have made for you, and you can grab it from the show notes. Okay, so it's right there waiting for you. Okay, so how to get started with your vision board activity. For this particular vision board, your students are going to start by choosing a shoe template that appeals to them. You want to have copies of all the different types of shoe templates that are in the curriculum set, and there are a bunch. I tried to pick out just like a variety of different shoes that would appeal to students who like different kinds of footwear and different kinds of activities. So there are like sort of a Converse-y looking shoe, sort of an Air Jordan type shoe. There are heels, there are cleats, there are flip-flops, there are rain boots. If there's something else you want to provide, you can add a different type of shoe or let students draw their own shoe of whatever they want. But that's where it starts, with the shoe. Then you're going to want to pop the model I made for you up on your projector, or if you make your own model, you can share that, or you can share both. That's just going to let students get an idea of the visual of the project. Of course, once you do this project with one group of students this year, then you'll have a whole bunch of models hopefully for next year, and that will be fun. So now that students have seen the vision board and they have their template, you're going to want to give them a heads up about how this project is going to wrap. So at this point, you need to decide, are you going to ask them to put these vision boards up on the wall in your classroom to guide them? Are you going to ask them to put these vision boards in their binder or their notebook so that it can privately inspire them? Or are you going to give them the option? Whatever you're going to do at the end, I really recommend that you let kids know up front, because this creating a vision board for their life, that can be a pretty personal thing. And if you're thinking of putting it up on the wall, I just think it's nice for them to know that. As long as they have the option, then they know that they can make it private. But if it's definitely going to be up on the wall, just make a quick announcement. All right, next up, once they have their template, they've seen the model, they know what they're going to be doing, you're going to give them the template instructions. Now, I made these instructions editable, so you can absolutely tweak them, but my goal was to just walk kids clearly through a process where they consider what they want from this next year from a few different angles. So these are some of the questions that they're going to be answering. What do they want school to be like? What are their goals for the classroom, for different competitions or relationships or whatever that are going on at school? And then what about the sphere of their life that's all outside of school? What do they want there? What are some of their goals for after they leave school every day? What's one guiding word they could focus on? So that's like the one word project, another project I love. They're going to be putting their one word somewhere on their shoe. What type of energy are they looking for in the next year? This is going to guide their color choices. There's kind of the calm energy of greens, blues, and purples, which they can use throughout their vision board. Or there's the more vibrant, energetic energy of reds, oranges, and yellows. What could be their theme song next year? What's kind of going to be playing in their head and on their bus ride and on their bike ride and whatever. What could be a quotation they come back to? Maybe something they're going to put on their phone wallpaper, or they're just going to kind of have in the back of their mind. This template asks them to consider all of this and to put it into different places around the shoe, and then sort of take highlights of the different goals and songs and quotations and put those in small representation onto the actual shoe. So it's this cool thing where they're like kind of designing the shoe they're going to walk into this next year. Now, once your students have looked at all these instructions, they're just going to have some time to work, right? It's going to maybe want to put on some quiet classical music, just make it a pleasant working environment, and they're going to create their vision boards. You can be wandering around, chatting with them about their goals, complimenting ways that they're designing their shoe. And then once they're done, you're just going to want to follow through on whatever you said at the beginning. So maybe they're going to all put them up on the wall and you're going to create a display, or maybe you're going to give them the option to either display them on a bulletin board or in the hallway or on your wall or whatever, or put them into their notebooks. Or you're just going to say, like, let's tape this into the cover of your binder or the cover of your notebook so it's right where you can see it every time you open up your materials for class. Whichever option you choose, I would think it would be really helpful if you add a reminder in your Google Calendar to look back at these vision boards in a month, in 3 months, at the end of the year. Like, revisit these so that they stay relevant. Because if students create a vision board and then never really think about it again, it won't have as much influence. But if they really have it in front of them now and then, and they remember, like, oh, right, I really wanted to try out for the play, or I did say I was going to try to read 10 books this year, or, you know, I should start listening to that song again. It was really inspiring me back in January, and I want to keep that thread going this year. Whatever it is, like revisiting the dreamy vision for the year that comes up in January throughout the year is really helpful. Okay, my friends, so that's a wrap on our New Year's sneaker-based vision board activity. Remember, you can snag it from the show notes and do it with your students this week, and I hope it'll be really fun. Thanks so much for joining me today to talk about this quick and fun New Year's activity for this week coming back to school. If you make a model, I would love to see it. Snap a photo and tag me on Instagram at NowSparkCreativity so I can come and cheer you on. Until next time, take care of yourself and stay creative.